Hey, this is Kit Cabello of Hardlands Media. Today, I'm joined with the Cook County Commissioner of the 7th District, Chuy Garcia. Thank you for joining us here today.
Thanks for joining us and covering our event.
Well, first and foremost, let's deal with one thing that's really affecting all of Illinois. There's that budgetary crisis. And there was recently the march to Springfield. A good portion of the Illinois population marched to the capital of Springfield. And of course, many Americans, especially here in Illinois, are really afraid of our state's future. Now, specifically in your district, how has this budgetary crisis affected you and your constituents?
Well, there are many people in our district who rely on home care workers to come to help the elderly, the disabled, do the most basic things in life. Get up, take a shower, clean their clothes, get a hot meal where they happen to live, essential things. Nonprofits are suffering because dollars that they relied on to provide care to people in their community, whether it's counseling, whether it's domestic abuse counseling, a host of things they can't do. Many of them were going to buy a building to grow their programs in the communities that need it so badly. They're unable to do that. Many of them have had to lay off staff who are out on the front line, whether it's preventing violence or counseling or mental health services, the basic things that improve the quality of life in our communities. Those budget cuts have had real consequences for people in low-income and working-class communities like the working-class district that I represent in Cook County. So it's really a tragedy, a travesty that we're going into year 3 of no budget in Illinois. I never dreamt that something like this was possible, and now we've come to see it in full bloom, you might say. But there are real people who are being hurt by the budget impasse in Springfield, and I hope that that changes in the next few days.
Now, you did mention in your speech earlier that you gave a shout out to Senator Daniel Biss, who is running for governor of Illinois. Do you support a progressive income tax for our state, and what are the benefits for it?
I do support a progressive income tax, and I'm glad to see that just about every Democratic aspirant for the nomination for governor of Illinois supports it. It's the only way that we can have a system of taxation in Illinois that is progressive, and that is that those individuals and corporations who make more money should contribute proportionately a greater share of their good fortune to the budget, and not have a flat system like we do in Illinois, which is known as a regressive system. Why do we need to change? Because if not, every year we will be strapped to figure out how we fund our schools, how we keep property taxes from rising so rapidly and being so regressive, especially on lower income people and on fixed income people like senior citizens. We'll continue to struggle with how we provide the most basic human services, health and human services to people across Illinois. And as long as we stay on this track of having a regressive and unfair system of taxation, we'll never have health care for all in Illinois. That's why the conversation around having a fair system that is sustainable into the future, that would allow Illinois to leave its regressive nature and become a progressive state. We certainly are one of the wealthier states in the nation. It is shameful that we don't have a budget and that we continue to rely on regressive taxation like property taxes and sale taxes and other fees, fines, and penalties to fund our state budget. If we move toward a progressive system, this wouldn't be happening in Illinois.
All right, so let's deal with another issue that's really affecting the country nationwide, Donald Trump and his administration. Clearly, his administration has been going after immigrants, Muslims, and recently Jeff Sessions intensified his war on cannabis by specifically going after people who need to use it for medical reasons. What needs to be done to protect specifically the people here in the state of Illinois from those policies, and specifically also here within our city as well?
I think that we need to continue to resist. We need to unite like never before across race, across class, across gender or gender politics. We need to build the broadest, most robust coalitions to say no to an administration that refuses to acknowledge that we have moved forward as a country and as a society, and that wants to drag us back through an agenda of nationalism, and one that pits people against each other, and one that has an unprecedented number of wealthy people in its cabinet creating public policy. So it's very important that at this point in time in history, we band together, we show that this administration is not really representative of the majority of people in our country, and that the policies that are being espoused take us back and remove us from the world community of advanced nations that should be leading the way in the 21st century. Whether it's an issue of climate change, the issue of inequality, the issue of healthcare, we need to make advances and to assume our rightful place in the world, which is an exemplary democracy that's concerned about ordinary people and that's dealing with the key issues of the day, including education and the future of higher education for young people, without having the burden of this unprecedented debt that many people that are graduating from college are now having to endure.
All right, and final question. The People's Summit was here in the city of Chicago. It was a large event that combined a lot of progressive and independent grassroots organizers coming together. And you yourself have a long political history here within our state. What do you want to say to, or what specifically are you prepared to do to, motivate people to get involved in their electoral system? Because you were there at the People's Summit as well, correct?
I was at the People's Summit. I participated in a panel on local movements for equitable change in small cities and large cities like Chicago. As 2019 approaches, I am happy to know that the potential for great change in Chicago City Council to elect new representatives, new blood, people with new ideas, younger individuals, women and men to the council is at an all-time high, and that the potential for making significant change in how Chicago functions is probably unprecedented over the past 35 years. So I'm hoping that young people will step up, decide to participate, to engage, to vote, and to run for office, because that's what will bring the change that we need in Chicago and across cities and even rural areas across the nation to take our country back.
So just a quick follow-up then in regards to that. So basically there will be more town halls that you'll be conducting later on down the road?
Oh, for sure. We do engagement with communities throughout the district. Tonight we had a larger one because we wanted to get the word out about my work over the past 2 years at Cook County government, and to solicit feedback from people about what else we can be doing in my next year and a half as their county commissioner.
All right, that's a great note to end on. Commissioner, thank you for joining Heartlands Media. This is Kit Cabello of Heartlands Media. Peace, and let's all do what we can to build a better future.